all the hard work that you do, you see the fruits of it. And that's the best thing about real estate, that all your efforts, all your time, and all that stress, tears, blood, sweat, all kinds of stuff that goes through it. Some big decisions that people make, whether it's a small investment to a multi-million-dollar investment, the results have to be the same. They have to be positive. Some are going to be negative because it's part of the business, because a lot of times we get lost in that mindset where, what do I do next? Most people, think that real estate agents are supposed to know everything. We're not supposed to know everything, but we're supposed to know where to find the information and where to get that information.
And how fast are you willing to fail? And are you willing to pay the price?
Get comfortable with
Show
failing,
up every day and understand that it's not going to be easy. All right, Mr. Gregory Vasquez, thank you for being here today for this one-of-a-kind interview that we're going to do through a series of BIG Realty interviews for some of our top agents, some of our people who are changing lives, people who are bringing tremendous value to our organization, just, standout people, people that are just kicking butts and taking names, right? And so I would like to see if you can introduce yourself to the people that don't know who you are. Let them know what your phone number is, what your email is, what your Instagram handle is. Let everybody know who you are, por favor.
Well, everybody, my name is Gregory Vasquez. I am the team leader for the Excellence team. I've been in the industry about 8 years already. You can reach me at 956-566-3116. GregoryVasquez.com. It's been a website that we have for a long time too, so that's your most active website. And Instagram, I'm Gregory_Realtor.
Okay.
That's my Instagram.
Your handle?
Yes, and that's about it, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Greg. So your name is Gregory Vasquez. You're also one of the top leaders in our organization at BIG Realty. You have accomplished a lot of amazing things in the last couple of years. 2022, you were a top producer. 2021, you were a top producer. You've been the number 2 agent in our company for the last 2 years. This year, you were the number 4 agent across the Rio Grande Valley. And so you've grown a lot. You've come a long way from when I met you a couple of years ago. And so what I want to get to know today, and I want the people to know today, for that young guy or that young girl that's looking at this interview or that's looking at this conversation that you and I are going to have, how can they do it? How can they get to where you're at? What was the journey like? And just completely say everything that, it's in your heart. But let's start off with, let's talk about your accomplishments. 2023, a successful year. You had an amazing year. You sold a little bit over $30 million worth of real estate, and you accomplished one major development that went to market and got sold out within a matter of months. So tell us a little bit about your 2023 year, and let's recap just 2023, and then we'll go to the beginning later on in the conversation.
Okay, yeah, 2023 was definitely our best year so far since we've been in real estate.
Thank you, God.
I think that there's a lot of things that we attribute that to. Obviously the number one thing is our team, how we've been able to maintain our teammates. Our team is really the number one thing that we focus on in our production.
And when you say team, you're talking about your Excellence real estate group that you have.
That's correct.
That you're the owner of.
Yeah, obviously the team, the staff, you guys have a big staff, right? And without all that part, you can't be successful, right? I think that was something that at the beginning we were lacking a lot of. Organization, organizing yourself, organizing your thoughts, organizing your production, your business, right? I think that's something that has been a big plus for us that has made us be better every year.
Sure.
There's a quote that always talks about You know, when you're reaching other levels, right? For every level, there's another devil, right? You don't know until you're there. You know, a lot of the problems that you have when you first start a journey like the real estate is not knowing the unknown.
Yeah.
How to be able to handle certain situations.
Certain scenarios that you've never faced before.
Never, because our business is not just, you know, a decision that anybody makes. The people that make these type of decisions in real estate are people that want to invest in their future. And so a lot of times that future gets put in our hands, right? So it's a very intimate process when it comes to real estate.
I agree.
Because it's some big decisions that people make, you know, whether it's a small investment to a multi-million-dollar investment, you know, the results have to be the same. They have to be positive.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to have positive results, and some are going to be negative, right? Because it's part of the business. But you have to calculate yourself when you're at that level, right? And be able to understand, you know, where you're going, right? And I think that's one of the things that a lot of the young agents are coming in. They're lost.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's lost. I was lost. I'm still lost. You know, I still haven't found my way.
Yeah.
But I feel that we're going the right direction.
Right.
Right. Because a lot of times we get lost in that mindset where, what do I do next? Where do I go?
You get stuck and you don't know where to turn to.
How do I get out of this? You know, who do I talk to? Right. So what it really has helped me in that journey, in that specific journey, is being around great people. Being great like yourself, right? Rick, you've been a big instrumental of my success. I can't say that it's been all about us, but you know, you have been a big part of that since day one. And the best part about all this is that we're growing up together.
Yeah.
You know, things
because I've come a long way since I've met you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You know, and but it's part of the process. It's part of like knowing who to talk to, who to reach out to,
who to align yourself with.
Have mentors in your circle, right? You know,
mentors that care, mentors that are 100% there for you. And then our colleagues too. We have some of the top people in the Rio Grande Valley that are our friends that are working with us that we can turn to and see who's in your circle that can help our situation, right?
Yeah, but most people, you know, think that real estate agents are supposed to know everything. You know, we're not supposed to know everything, but we're supposed to know where to find the information and where to get that information. So, and going back to the mentors and the people that are around you, you have to find an answer for your problem, not just in real estate, in your
everything that we do. Yeah,
there's answers out there. Right?
I agree.
You know, most people think that I've had a bad childhood growing up, but somebody had it worse than me. Somebody had it worse than you, and the people that are out there. I mean, it's just it's a mindset that you definitely need to adapt to. I came from the banking world for 12 years. I did banking, you know, black and white. You know, there's no gray area in banking. And in real estate, there's 50 shades of gray. You know?
Oh, that's a great way of putting it.
There's all kinds of options that you have, and being able to navigate all those obstacles that happen through your. You know, when I talk about real estate, I really talk about my life too. You know, and I think that's also something important to understand, that real estate is your life. Real estate is what you live, is what you breathe, is what you.
It's what we do 24/7. Yeah,
it doesn't sleep, you know. And most people say, by 5 o'clock, I'm already gonna clocking out, you know. And,
I haven't gone home at 5 o'clock in years.
You know, we used to joke, right? Like half day,
and we were leaving at 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Half day.
Are you leaving half a day? Yeah.
But you know, it just doesn't sleep, you know. And I think being able to understand that and adapt to all that's coming in, and not reacting towards everything that happens to you, you know.
Being a little bit smarter, a little bit more cool-headed.
They don't happen to you, they happen for you, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times that's things that happen to us.
Be grateful, it was God's plan.
It's happened for you, so you can learn something can come out of it, right? And I think the more we grow, the more we produce, the more we thrive.
The higher levels we get to.
It comes more.
Yeah, I agree.
There's more responsibility, more staff that you need. I remember, you know, when I was working with you, you had a handful of employees, you know, and agents, you know. It was a group of 10 or 12, you know. And look at you, now you have over 100 agents. We just had our award ceremony.
That's right.
That was a testament of how much we've grown.
I agree.
How much we've done.
It was one for the books. It was amazing.
It definitely was. And I think everybody really enjoyed it.
Everybody looked sharp. It was amazing. Great event. Great space.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Lulu and to Ricardo from Regency Event Center. Yeah. Amazing people.
Yeah, and our sponsors, again, going back to the people that we know, right? The people that help us.
The quality of people that were there was amazing, man. The sponsors, the agents, everything was just impressive. So let's go back to, you mentioned your team. Tell us a little bit about your team. Who are the people in your team? How many people do you have in your team? And what does your team look like? And how all that together got you to sell 30 million. And this year, I'm sure you're going to sell more than that.
Absolutely. It's a total of 8 of us, including myself. I think we've been able to bring quality agents that they don't just sell real estate. I have one of my guys is a builder, right? He builds homes, beautiful homes. Him and his dad have been doing business for 20, 30 years.
Right.
We have an inspector in our team.
Right.
We have people that have been in different industries. That were truck drivers, that were business owners. There were all walks of life.
Right.
Is what we have, and being able to have quality and camaraderie.
The transformation of your right-hand man.
Luis,
when we met him years ago.
Yeah.
When we met him years ago, he wouldn't even say a word in a 2-hour conversation, and now he's a completely different person.
But he's definitely a man of few words.
Yeah.
And we always joke as a team because he doesn't say much, but when he says something, you listen.
Yeah.
When he says something, you listen.
I agree.
Because he has some good thoughts of him as a business owner, as a team leader, because he's also a leader.
That's right.
So we have individuals right now in our team that have never worked in their life, and they're our first job, right? So we try to be an example for all
and I've seen the growth of every single individual in your organization, man. From where I first meet them till a year later, 2 years later, the change is impressive, and I attest that to you being such a great leader and being there for them and helping them with their growth and being there for them, answering their questions and taking care of that. So those 8 people plus you, or is 8 people
8 total?
8 together. You guys sold about $30 million. And in that process, you accomplished the sale of a brand new subdivision right on Ramsire and 281. Is that correct?
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That project had it was about a 2.5 year project.
Okay.
From acquisition to disposition. It was about a 2.5 year project.
Wow.
And it is a total of 220 lots.
Yes.
We did it in 2 phases, phase 1 and 2. Phase 1 was 110. Phase 2 was another 110. We've completed phase 1, and the market, when we recorded the property to be able to transfer it to the new homeowners and our clients, was a very unstable market.
Yeah.
Right. There was
everything was shifting at that time.
Were super high. Well, they weren't super high, but they were going. They were increasing at a very rapid pace.
Yeah.
Construction was going up. Inventory was low. So it was a mix of good and bad.
I still kick myself in the butt for not buying more lots in that subdivision.
Yeah, some of those lots, some people bought them at $37,000.
Yeah. I was one of the lucky ones that were able to get them so cheap.
Yeah, $37,000. This is just 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That same lot today cost you $55,000.
Yeah,
that's the difference, And but that subdivision was our summer project. We call it the summer project because it was 110 lots that were basically pre-sold and under contract.
Yeah.
It was about 80 clients off of those 110, 80 lenders, 80 title companies,
wow.
80 attorneys, 80, builders. We had all types of clients out there that needed to close that file for the subdivision that everybody was waiting for a very long time. And that's the reason I say it's a summer project, because that took a lot of work, you know.
Yeah.
And again, if I didn't have the team that I had and the knowledge that we have and the experience that we have, it would have been very difficult for us to accomplish that. And
I agree.
A lot of times, even the clients sometimes don't see the investment that we put in that type of
how much energy it requires
project.
to see that through.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, you know, and we know there's always people that charge less, right? But you know, for us, it becomes a lot of work, right?
I agree.
And I heard this quote from a client said, "Steaks cost more than burgers," right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just basically what it comes down to.
And then what kind of steak are you?
You could break it down to many different things. But
That's right.
At the end of the day, that project, the summer project, treated us really well. We sold everything. We already sold the whole subdivision within 3 months.
And you're even
days,
now on phase 2,
120.
selling and reserving all that good stuff.
Yeah, so this year for us, the same summer project, now we're multiplying that times 4. So hopefully this year we'll have 4 projects running at the same time.
That's what I was going to ask you. How many projects do you have going on right now?
Total, we have a total of 10.
Major projects.
Right now we have a total of 10. 4 they should be finishing up this year.
Gracias a Dios.
And then the rest for next year, which is 2025. But you know, one of my guys, Luis, he gave a speech also in the award ceremony, and he talked about years of work. Right, these projects is years of work. You know, it's not a 30-day, you know, a 45-day closing. These are projects that take a year. They take 2 years. Take a lot of time,
just the planning
stress.
stage of all the ones that didn't make it, right? Because in order for you to get to 10 projects, you have to have gone to 20 or 30 different opportunities that did not come through, and all that's just you know, gone by the wayside, and it is what it is.
Correct, and you know, we love the valley. You know, we invest a lot in the valley, and I bring a lot of my clients here, and you know,
I mean, you're literally changing the landscape of the valley with your ideas and your visions that you're putting together.
I feel we are, and I think being in BIG Realty has also opened up my mind with the other agents that focus on development within our company.
Yeah.
You know, we did great, but I still feel we missed a lot. You know, when I see other people in the industry, I see, you know, somebody like Alan that you know, basically did double what I did, more than double what I did. You know, and not even half of the staff that he has, right? So I love it. It's great, but you know, we like being on, you know, we like competition. We like to do more.
And competition is just a little different at BIG Realty, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you sold more than some of the companies that have been in existing for years and years. Just your team alone. And if we put you and the number one guy together, you guys together sold more than, I would say, 90% of the real estate companies that have 20, 30, 40, 50 agents in the valley. So that's what's impressive, man. And I really wanted the world to see how amazing you were. In the other video that we did, we see Alan. And we're going to continue bringing other people that are also making a lot of moves and that are growing and that are trying their hardest to go to the next level and continue growing their own brands that sometimes, like you have your own excellence, or the BIG Realty brand. Because if you grow, I grow, and we grow together. You know what I mean?
Brands are great, you know, obviously with team names and everything, but people also need to understand that the individual, right? The individual is very important too.
No, absolutely.
You know, you can work with XYZ company, but if that individual is not good, they're not going to be good anywhere, you know. Sometimes people spend a little bit more time, but at the end of the day, it's an individual that really makes the big difference attached with a brand that you can tag along that has already been through that and being able to teach you and cut your time in half or more than
or
half,
even more,
right? Like we used to talk about that all the time. Hey, I'm gonna cut your time in half. You know, now your job, my job is to cut my guys in that time in half, and then those guys to cut it in half. You know, so
knowledge, experience, growth.
You can be a successful real estate agent in 2 years. You know, and close what we're closing. You're around the right people. You're right, the mentorship, the right training, the right attitude.
But you have to have all that. You have to be coachable. You have to show up. You have to be present.
It can be done. Yeah, it can be done, and that's the encouragement that I would tell to everybody else out there, young agents. Just don't stop. just keep going.
Never quit.
It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna get easier. It's gonna get harder, but it's gonna have more reward. Doesn't get easier, but you have more reward with time, because all the hard work that you do, you see the fruits of it. And that's the best thing about real estate, that all your efforts, all your time, and all that stress, tears, blood, sweat, all kinds of stuff that goes through it, you see it flourish. And the flowers, when you like a flower, you pluck it. When you love a flower, you water it, you take care of it, you make sure it's good, make sure that it has the right sun, make sure you do it. So that's the difference. Most people like real estate, but you got to love real estate to be able to understand.
To really get to
what we need to do.
Let's go back to now. I'm going to change it up a little bit. How did you get started in the real estate world? What brought you to this arena? And how long you been doing this? And just give me, I guess, the quick version of it. How did you end up in this world that we call real estate, or this industry?
I think that being in the banking industry opened up some doors for me too. I learned a lot in banking. Banking is a great business. I mean, it's a corporate business. You learn how to organize yourself. You make sure that everything is done right the way it's supposed to. I was a branch manager of a couple of branches at some banks, and it was all about business, P&L, profit and loss, staffing, hiring, firing. So all that really helped me this transition. But the transition was where I felt that there was more out there. I see more. There has to be more, and I didn't know there was more, but I knew that there was more out there. And then that's when I met you, and that more happened to be you at that time, right? I remember seeing you and some of your agents that would bank with us, because but people don't know, I used to be his branch manager. I used to handle his accounts. That's how I met Rick.
He was a very good banker.
I was his banker, and we did great, right? We had a great relationship. And I would see just a different energy coming into that branch when you would come in, with some of your sales guys too, your agents that would come in to cash our checks, because the checks were from the bank, so they had to go there. And, it was just a different energy, different vibe, different, attitude. The checks were bigger than mine for sure at that time. So it was something that I felt that it was going to maybe take that void away, where I was at the bank where they treated me good, but I was ready for something else.
The moment I saw you, man, I'm like, man, this guy would be a great, real estate agent, investor, business person. I need to get him out of here some way, somehow.
Which I wasn't any of those things at that time.
Right.
But somebody saw that, saw that potential. You saw that potential.
Yeah.
You saw what most people saw, but didn't give me an opportunity. And
Right.
I think that's the difference, right? When I met you, you gave me the opportunity to put that little seed, that little, hey, don't forget about me, man.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to you 2-3 times and taking you out to drinks. Hey, man, I'm ready to make the decision, but convince me, until you were like, hey, you got to do it yourself. You have to make that decision yourself, because everybody's going to tell you all kinds of stories. The naysayers is going to tell you that it's too much, that it's scary of being there 100% commission. And the other ones are going to tell you that it's a mean, bad world. And those are the people that
I remember telling you, like, I could sit here and tell you all the stories, but really what determines success at the end of the day is you.
Yeah.
And how hard you work, and how much you listen, and how coachable are you, and how much are you willing to fail, and how fast are you willing to fail, and are you willing to pay the price?
Get comfortable with
Show
failing,
up every day, and just understand that it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. Right?
That's right. It's been worth it, and the times it didn't look like that, but
How long you been in real estate now?
8 years already.
Wow.
I'll be in my 9th year.
8 years, man.
Yeah, my 9th year coming soon, and I've matured so much in real estate personally. I can't thank the real estate gods enough, and God for giving me the opportunity to be with such great people, man, and the vision and everything that we've dreamed of is getting clearer and clearer every day. But is it just adjusting and understanding that the valley's a valley, and we're gonna advance and continue advancing in the valley.
Because there's a lot of room for growth.
We're blessed to be part of the Rio Grande Valley. You know, we're in this place that it's a beautiful place, and
Just opened not too
it
long
just
ago.
opened up, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just it's great. It's good. It's good to wake up in the morning, and even the weather. The weather's been great, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I
what
love
else
the
can we
sun.
want, man,
Production,
you know?
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, Greg. So you had a killer 2023. You've been 8 years in the business. You've been an integral part of the growth for Big Realty. You've taken a lot of people under your wing. You've always given back to our community. You're always at the forefront of everything that's happening in our organization. You're a leader within our organization. You just bought a brand new building for your entire organization, for the team. Congratulations on that, man. I want the world to know that, you know, you took a leap of faith. You bought an amazing
Big
building,
one,
something that's even nicer and twice as big as ours, which is impressive. And congratulations, man. I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart that I know it was a tough, difficult move, but it was the right move for you, and I'm very, very happy for that.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was an
Congratulations,
opportunity
man.
that we saw, and you know, we took it, and you know, we're there now.
Good. You're also building some houses.
Yeah, we'll start 2 projects here in the near future too.
Okay.
Once I finish the remodel in our office, it's just opportunities are everywhere.
You're also an investor.
Yeah, we're teaching our guys to, you know, understand the concept of construction, new construction, making sure that they understand the process of it, you know, development, you know, the construction of development. You know, I think homes and in general are great, you know, but, you know, when I first built my first spec home, one of my clients is the one that, you know, funny that I remember now that this client told me, hey, you need a bigger space. And this client also told me, hey, you need to build something so you can really understand what the builders go through and what the process is, and, you know, what it really costs when you're investing your own money. You know, we can all play with everybody else's money, but when it's your money, it's different.
It's a little
right?
different,
And so being in there and understanding that makes me help understand clients too. And he told me, build a house. Like, I really wasn't I'm not really thinking of building a house. And he's like, you need to build a house at least once so you can understand the process. You know, and then he's like, hey, let's build it, and we built it and
Sold it.
We made the decision. We sold it. It was a learning curve, absolutely, but it definitely helps us appreciate more our builder clients, you know, because they put a lot of money, time, and effort, you know, and everything. It's a process. You know, and helping these clients do that is great.
So you've made a lot of moves. You've done a lot of growth. I feel that it's barely just the beginning for us. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what's next for Mr. Gregory Vasquez? What's next for the Excellence Real Estate team? What's next for what can we expect in the next 5, 10 years from Mr. Gregory Vasquez?
I've come to really appreciate development, you know, from all the hard work that we've done with our clients and understanding the process of developing a piece of land, a parcel, it's just something that you really appreciate because you can see it from beginning to end.
And I have to give credit to you, though, that you're the person that pushed the entire Big Realty organization into developments. Because if it wasn't for you and for your client who gave us an opportunity to jump into the development world, we would have never opened up this division or even partaken into what this development world had to offer us, which has been an extremely rewarding experience for all of us. And now we have 2 or 3 big players within our organization in that arena.
Yeah, for me, that I know some other people are already doing is getting involved in our first development, right? Being a partner, purchasing a piece of land, and developing our own land, right? That's probably the next 24 months that could definitely happen.
Absolutely.
But that's our goal. The next 5 years, I really want to have our own building too. You know, right now, obviously, it was a pre-owned building, but having something to call ours too.
A legendary, what do you call that? A landmark, an actual landmark, a legacy building, a project that you can say, hey, my dad did that, my grandpa did that, my uncle did that, right?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where, you know, the excellence brand is what we want to we take the name excellence just in general very literal, and I teach that to my guys. It's not just a name, it's not a team name, it's really what we strive for. It's for excellence, right?
Yep.
And excellence is what you do, right? And you become an excellent, with excellence you're able to do what you're doing without having to look at anything else,
right?
Succeeding with it, right?
Yep.
I always hear that word excellence everywhere. Strive for excellence. I used to see it at school all the time. But now we take it literal to making sure that my guys are they live by that, because it's a big word for us.
Well, I want to make a little cheers to your success.
Thank you.
Congratulate you for everything that you've done, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you.
Yeah.
For excellence and for the entire movement that you have going on, man.
Appreciate
Proud of you.
that, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. This is Mr. Gregory Vasquez. He's growing really fast. If you want to reach out to him, ask him about developments, real estate. He's got a lot of knowledge in the Rio Grande Valley. He knows a lot. He has a lot in his plate, but he still has room for more. His team is growing at a very rapid rate. His production's increasing every month. And so, thank you for everything, Greg. I appreciate you being a part of Big, man.
Thank you, man, for accepting me from day one. It making me feel like family, and I think from here on, man. I mean, it's all about growth, and that's our mindset: growth, and get better, and help more people, and live longer.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Good job.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Twin Peaks, for allowing us to be in such a great facility. We enjoy the drinks. We enjoy the camaraderie, the comfortable chairs. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.